Okay, hi, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. They sent us the first four and I binged through them in one night. So
Wow.
Whoa, awesome.
I was planning to go to bed, but it ended up like 4 a.m. I shouldn't admit that. But anyway, I very much enjoyed it. But you two have such a great partnership on the show, and obviously it starts off a little rocky. But can you
Yeah.
kind of just tease sort of how that sort of unfolds as the season progresses?
So, yeah, like you said, this is a partnership that Avi never planned to have. He works alone and think this is the best that he needs to concentrate and to do his thing. And then Detective Janine Harris, played by Juliana Canffield, he wants to work with him, and he refuses. But she, in her special way, she just surprises him and inspires him. And I think she brings so much to Avi that Avi never knew that he needed this, but he definitely needed it. And this relationship evolves and becomes such a strong relationship and makes them both better persons and better detectives.
Juliana?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you just said, Jeff. And I'll add that I think they're very complementary. Avi is a master observer, but as with anyone, he has a blind spot. And very often that blind spot is himself. And Janine is like there to report back what he's giving off into the world. And similarly, I think she always has her eyes open and is trying to learn, improve her detective skills, get ahead. And Avi really sees her for who she is too. So they sort of provide this beautiful mirror for each other. They show each other their strengths and their weaknesses, and then they combine forces. And I think together, they're by the end of the season, I think they've kind of figured out how the dance between them should work, and they're kind of unstoppable together.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as she explained to him why he was gonna help her, I was like, I'm in. She's great. So did you guys do anything to prepare like ride-alongs or talk to like real detectives, anything like that? Did you kind of do? Can you talk a bit about that?
Of course. When I got the role, immediately I started interrogating detectives myself, as many as I could. Fascinating stories. I had so many questions. I went to a precinct and watched hours of investigations footage. But I'm sure Juliana can tell you, we had such a great consultants on the show.
Shout out to Lenny and Jim.
Yes. Lanny Hammer and Jim Nocifero, great consultants. And Juliana and me were just always next to them and asking them questions all day long. But how is it like this? And how is it like this? And but they were so great, and so they loved also explaining to us how the job works.
Do you have anything to add to that?
I think that kind of covers it. I will say I should have looked up the name. I'm not a huge podcast girl, but in honor of starting this show, I found a couple of podcasts that are hosted by retired NYPD detectives. And it's kind of about the emotional, personal experience of what it's like to be on a squad. And that was what I was really interested in, and how the relationships and friendships form at work when you're doing pretty intense when you have a pretty intense job. I think you really come to depend on
each other,
your colleagues. And I was interested to see how the family of a squad kind of develops.
The two of you in real life, do you think you'd make good detectives? Like, are you good at puzzles and figuring things out and things like that?
I'm sure Juliana will do for sure. Is such a good detective.
You think?
Yes, I know so. Yeah, you'll be such a great detective. Yeah.
Wow, I think you would be a great detective too, because you wouldn't stop until you got the answer.
The obsession. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I think that there's a certain amount of red tape that I would be frustrated by, that I think Janine sort of thrives in the web of rules and regulations. But I think that for me, I'd hope for a little David E. Kelly perfectly placed clue and it wouldn't arrive. That would be disappointing.
When I visited a precinct, they said, "So, okay, Jeff, we'll put you on a case." They meant it almost seriously. Yeah. Because I was so interested and I asked them so many questions.
Cool.
They're like, "Oh, you got it. You got it." Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could have joined the squad.
Yeah, I almost wanted. Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun. All right. Well, thank you both of you. I appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to seeing the back half of the season.
Oh,
you
thanks
so
for watching,
much.
Jamie, and
Thank
thanks
you.
so much.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
You
You
too.
too. Bye-bye.